Hey guys, let's talk about finding Amazon to Amazon flips and kind of what the anatomy of an Amazon to Amazon flip is. Now, like I said before, this is not really a sourcing academy. This is more about what you can do with Keepa and all of the features and things that you might want to use that are not necessarily taught anywhere else. But I do want to talk a little bit about Amazon to Amazon flips. We talked about what they are, buying from Amazon, selling back on Amazon. Let's talk a little bit about the anatomy of a flip. What are you looking for? Well, you're looking for items where Amazon has dropped the price, of course, and that Amazon either goes out of stock on a consistent basis, number one, or number two, where Amazon is going to share the buy box and the price is going to go back up and you can sell for a little bit less than Amazon to get your turn of the shares. Typically, you're not going to be going super deep on these particular items. You're going to buy 3 or maybe 10. You're not going to be buying 100 or anything like that. Now, who should do Amazon to Amazon flips? Anybody really can do this, but it could be another method of you to source. It could be a way to pick up items here and there at your leisure, and just another thing to check, because why not buy from Amazon if they're going to have deals all the time? So let's talk a little bit about what we're looking for and how I would set up my page to go and look for Amazon to Amazon flips. I am going to keep this on product boxes, although Table is probably going to give us a little bit better information to look at things here. But I just don't care for this look. I can configure these columns if I want to drop a bunch of the information that I don't necessarily need, but not a huge deal. I'm going to keep it on product boxes. I'm going to choose Amazon as my deal type. I'm going to limit this to 1 day because I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to look at things every day or maybe every couple of days. Maybe I don't get everything, but if you choose to make sure that this is part of your sourcing deal, this is what you do on a daily basis, you'll be just fine. Could also pop this out to a week if you really want to, but I don't want to ever be overwhelmed either. You can see this has 1,100 deals. If I go out to a week, it's like 2,500, and I just don't want to worry about that, okay? My ranges, I'm going to do 40 to 90%. I might drop it down to 30. I could go up to 100%. Reason I don't do 100% is because this metal hole punch, it's not dropping from $2,000 to $12. It's just not realistic. Okay. My drop range, I'm going to go anywhere from $5 to over $100. You can change that depending on kind of what you may be comfortable with. Maybe you don't want to buy items that are, $250 to flip back on Amazon, and items that are less than $250 probably aren't going to have $100 drops in price. You can do the same thing with the price range. I've got $8 in here. I'd probably want to go a little bit higher personally for myself, but maybe you want to keep it to very inexpensive items and bring your price range from over 500 down to maybe 50 or whatever you're comfortable with. But I'm going to keep mine nice and high. Sales rank range, I'm going to go to 200,000. I would probably go a little bit higher than that, but that's fair. Your ratings, I'm not necessarily a fan of using ratings. It's going to be up to everyone's own judgment here, but I'm going to pop 3 stars there just so I get rid of some of the kind of garbage stuff. And then I'm going to drop by the percentage. So this would be the percentage of price drop, the highest to the lowest. That'll be how that's filtered, that's sorted. And then you can see that all of these will be marked as seen if you want to. You could hit show all, and that's going to show you all 1,100. I'm not really interested in books, so I'm going to hit the X, and now I won't see any of those. I'm not interested in CDs or vinyl, so I hit the X, and that's going to drop out of there. And then you're going to see where all of these are. Now, some of them are going to be in toys and games. There's going to be a lot more in clothing, shoes, and jewelry. There's going to be beauty and personal care. You can flip from wherever, whatever category you're approved in. Home and kitchen, tools and home improvement, clothing, shoes, and jewelry. Those are probably all going to be pretty solid ones. You might be able to get some video games every now and again, but just kind of find where your niche is that you really enjoy. All right. And then what we're looking for is we're just looking for items where the price has dropped and either has come back or regularly goes back up, okay? Or you're looking for items where Amazon is frequently out of stock, and you can come in and track those particular items. So, for example, this particular item right here is not something that would be a good flip. You can see that the price has kind of been all over a little bit. It's been up to 55 and then down to 30, and then all of a sudden it went up to 80 and now down to 19, okay? And it was 19 here and 21, and it's kind of all over the place. Now, here's the thing. Is this going to go back to $79 where you might be able to make some money, or even here to $55 where you might be able to make a little bit of money? I don't see that really happening. Looks like back here it was at $55.99, but it hasn't been that way over the past 3 months at all. And so this for me would not be something that I would choose to flip ever. And I don't even know if I could sell this. It looks like only one offer is on this particular item. But now your job is just to go through each and every single one of these and see if there is anything that you could actually flip. And let's just see if I can see anything here. Actually, here's one. Okay, this is a Warner's item. Right now it looks to be $14, and it looks like $30.80 is what it has been at kind of historically. It looks like this was orphaned from its parent listing, so I need to double check and make sure that this actually is a variation that sells. You know how to do that now. But if we could buy this for 14, let's go ahead and open this up on Amazon here. If we could buy this for $14.08 and the price is normally around, let's take a look at the Keepa graph here, around $30, there might be a little bit of money on this. Let's pop this to $30 and we'll put in 14 here. There's only $4 here, okay? But if this variation actually sells, you might be able to sell it for $29, get a rotation into the buy box and make a few dollars. Not a perfect example, but an example that is out there, okay? And then this is your job. Your job is just to keep looking for items like this that you might be able to sell. Let's see if we can just find one or two more while we're here. Actually, this one interests me, okay? So this one's around, it's 30, sometimes it's 39, and right now it's $11.99. There would be some money on this particular item at $30 if you're buying it for $11.99. Let's go ahead and see what RevSeller says. If this sells for 30 and I can pick it up for $11.99, looks like there's about $6 on there. I want to make sure that this variation actually sells. This is large in the color black. I would imagine that's a fairly consistent or a fairly good color that would sell. So this would be something I would want to dig into a little bit deeper and see, does it ever really go on sale at $11.99? Doesn't really look like it. So is this something I want to take a chance on? And then if we go into the data section and look at the buy box statistics, is it something that Amazon will share the buy box on? There haven't really been very many sellers on this other than Amazon, so it doesn't look like it. And you have to also remember that Amazon does not necessarily, or Keepa does not necessarily grab the data all the time. But what you can see here is that the number of sellers was at 3 and then it dropped down to 1. So there are other people getting some sales through here, most likely undercutting Amazon in price by 50 cents or $1 or whatever it takes to be able to get the buy box, okay? So there's lots of opportunity. Also, that's not a great example. There are going to be some other much better examples that you can look through here and find that will be profitable, and you could do this on a very regular basis. Now, one other thing that I forgot in the last video is another thing that you can do is, as you get better and better at Amazon to Amazon flips, you can go in and you can search deals. So for example, if we go in and let's say we type in, I don't know, New Balance, okay? Type in New Balance. Well, now we've got all the New Balance items here that we can go in and take a gander at and see if they are going to be worth it for any type of flip. Probably not going to see very many Nikes in here because Amazon doesn't sell Nike any longer, but maybe we can go back to that Gujitsu that we looked at a little bit earlier. It doesn't look like there's any Gujitsu, but you can type in brand names and products and things like that once you get really good at this and kind of narrow things down. All right. So that's really all there is to Amazon flips. You spend the time looking at lots and lots of keepographs, track items if they're not available. Like, for example, this particular item here, if the price had gone back up on this to $39.75, you could go in and you could track this product at $11.99 or less so that you get alerts on it. Remember, you can track up to 5,000 items to make sure that you get alerts on a fairly regular basis. And once you kind of build out a pipeline of these leads, you're going to have things pop on a regular basis, get alerts for them. I don't keep very many items tracked, but I get alerts probably once or twice a week, and it'll let me know that, you know, something hit my tracking number, and maybe I want to go in and take a look at it to see if it's an Amazon to Amazon flip. So kind of a quick and dirty about how to do Amazon to Amazon flips. Like I said, not a sourcing course, but I wanted to give you at least a little bit more information into how to do Amazon to Amazon flips. All right, that's it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.